Well, I know that there is a lot going on in these YouTube streets. And I don't really have much to say about it, really. Except for it's interesting. I wanted to say a few things. It's my birthday tomorrow. And I've just been retrospective the last 2 days. First of all, you know, I find that I am here whenever I'm here in this community and people have the opportunity to talk to me. What I guess they feel is a safe way. I feel like I'm asked to defend why I'm here, what I talk about, what I say. And it's weird because I've never had to do that anywhere else in the world. And I think people feel like I'm intruding on their spaces. And, the only retaliation I have for that, or the only thing I can say to that is, then block me. I can't help that you don't like seeing me. You don't have to see me. You come on this app willingly, just like I do. There's no border, no fence, no gate. So I didn't have to ask permission to come into anybody's channel. And if the channel holder, puts up with me being there, well, then there I am. And I don't know what else to say about that. The passive aggressiveness about me having to take responsibility for all the trans issues or all the issues that women feel against trans women is really it's beyond me. It's an issue that's a lot bigger than me. And for me to say anything about it really is dismissive about the way that they feel. And I don't want to do that because I'm willing to have the conversation about women feeling wronged by yet another man. They view me as a man, so I'm trying to take up another woman's space. And I can't say that that's a wrong feeling or a right feeling. I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm taking up my own space in my own lane because I'm not a woman. I'm a trans woman, and that's okay too. And I feel like there's space for that in this world. I'm here with just as much right, God-given right, as anybody else. And I feel like I'm disliked because of the way I was brought up. People don't think that I am who I say I am. People don't think that I'm mixed raced, and they don't think that I have claims to the things that I say. And all I can say is if I really wanted to shock y'all, I could really tell the truth about my past and my history, and y'all would be in such disbelief. But you don't even believe the little shit that I tell you, oh yeah, I have one black parent, one white parent. Well, that's hard to believe. So if I were to tell you my history and the things that I've done, or the things about my past that are really kind of interesting, it just wouldn't, I'm having to defend whether or not I have family in Jamaica. That's such bullshit. Which brings me to my Miss Dovey interaction. I saw the comments about people thinking I was being rude to Miss Dovey. No, Miss Dovey came up there with ill intention in the first place, and I peeped it. That's why I gave her the flack that I did. She tried to ask me some question about some patois that she happens to know, and if I would be offended by it if I was asked it. And thank goodness Shelly nipped it in the bud right away, because she was like, no, that's an old term, and you can't say, oh, whether I'm offended by it or not, then I know about Jamaica, or I am Jamaican, or blah, blah, blah. So she was trying to get me to prove something by her old reference, her own old reference that she thinks means something that probably did in 1952. So I just didn't like it. And I've been very protective of Miss Dovey, especially with the shit that she's got going on now with those two clowns in her house, and Very respectful, Miss Dobie, but I'm also not going to tolerate any bullshit. I see the way that she comes up trying to be nice and then kind of juggles and plays in people's faces. I'm not going to, just because I respect somebody, I'm not going to let her be disrespectful to me. I don't give her that, so she's not allowed to give that to me. That's another thing. People think that because I'm kind and because I carry myself in a certain way that I'm going to tolerate bullshit. And just because I'm sensitive and kind and I like to be nice to people doesn't mean that I'm going to tolerate any bullshit. I'm not going to take your flack. I'm not here to be your whooping post. I'm not here to take ownership of everything that every trans person has done wrong to you, or every white person has done wrong to you, or every mixed race person has done wrong to you. I've been called a cracker on Miss O's channel, not by Olivia the Oracle, but by someone on her panel. And if I were to do that, if I were to retaliate that with the opposite word, that would be wrong. But because it's done to me, it's okay. I'm constantly called a white man, but if I were to call anybody a man, female or male, if I were to call anybody a man in that kind of way, it would be wrong. If I were to point out anybody's color or gender or anything like that, it would be wrong. Why is there a double standard for me and not for you? It doesn't even occur to me that when I'm talking to you and I retaliate to you to even bring up the color of your skin in a negative way, that doesn't even pop up in my mind. But a lot of other people, it does pop up in your mind. That I'm just a cracker to you. And I'm the racist one, and you're going to save me all this bullshit about how black people cannot be racist. Well, here you are not the minority. In this sector, in this little group here, you are the majority. So spare me on this bullshit about how black people can't be racist. People are people, and people can be ignorant, and people can be hateful. And that's it. It's plain and simple. It doesn't say anything. There's no in the definition of racism, it doesn't say anything about, oh, only this certain kind of person can be racist. No, people can be racist because we're people. So it's not even really any of my business about how you feel about people. If you don't like me, it's very simple. You can just not like me. I don't care. And you can even tell me about it. I don't care. But I'm not disrespectful to you. So for you to be disrespectful to me and expect me to bow down to it or to curtail to it or to hold it in any way is not about me. It's about you. And you can try to police me all that you want. You can try to go through the things that I say with a fine-tooth comb and not like how I say something, or jump on me if I say you people, or if I say some word that you find offensive in some kind of way. If the intent and the meaning isn't there, then you're not going to be able to place it on me, because that's not what I feel in my heart. And if you're looking for it and you find it, then you can go ahead and believe whatever you want. Again, it's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. I don't own every bad thing that's happened to you. I'm not responsible for every bad thing that every trans person has done, or every bad thing men have done, or every bad thing that white people have done. I'm not responsible for it. I'm responsible for my own actions. I am a kind person. I like to come down here and crack jokes and laugh and have fun. And if you think that I don't belong here, that's your business. It has nothing to do with me. You can do one of two things. You can block me or you can report me. Either way, I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. But what I'm not going to do is hold ownership of it. I'm not going to take responsibility for it. And if you're rude to me, I'm certainly not going to answer any questions that you have of me. You're more than welcome to block me if you see me in your chat. You're more than welcome to cuss me out if you see me in your chat. Whatever you would like to do. But I'm not going to hold on to things that don't belong to me. And your feelings of me, one way or the other, have nothing to do with me. You can project every negative thing that has been done to you onto me. It's not mine. I don't own it. I haven't done it. I take responsibility for me, for what Shauna does. And that's it. And that's all. I've never asked anybody to agree with how I think, how I believe, my own things, my own feelings. I've asked one thing, and that's to be respectful. I don't think that that's wrong. And you're more than welcome to think that opposite. So, with that, I wanted to say that I'm kind of like, I've been marinating on it for a few days, thinking, oh, what am I going to say? Am I going to say anything? Nobody's going to hear it anyway, so I might as well say it, because at least I will have said it and it's off my chest. I'll be here for almost 50 years. And I've gone through a lot. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of things. I've made a lot of decisions I wish I hadn't. But all in all, at the end of the day, when I lay my head on my pillow, my own pillow, in my own home, that I worked very hard for, I'm a good person. And I sleep well at night knowing that I haven't done bad things to people. It's not in my heart to see someone or to see an avatar online and hold anybody responsible for the hurt that's been done to me. Believe me, there's plenty of it. I'm broken in many different places. But I can only take ownership for the things that I do now. And I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to have a conversation. I'm willing to... all of it. I'm willing to do all of that stuff. But if you're not going to be respectful about it, and you're going to be ignorant when you talk to me, then I'm not gonna tolerate it. And I have the right to not tolerate it, just like you do. I'm a human being. And for some reason, some people find that hard to understand. And they want to dehumanize me. And that's okay, that's their right. But I'm a good person, and I like to have fun. That's why I'm here on the internet. And if you like to do the same thing, then I'll see you in chats and we'll cut up. This birthday happens to be a milestone. It's really hard for me, this one. But I'm going to try to celebrate, because my story is interesting, and I have been through a lot. If I look back on the things, the weird things I never thought that I would do, if I look back on all of it, at the end of the day, I have an interesting, fruitful, cool life. And despite my flaws, and my sensitivity, and my brokenness, and my reclusiveness, and my selectiveness about who I let into my life, despite all of that, I have a pretty interesting story. So that's what I'm celebrating tomorrow. I'll see y'all when I do.